Well, we've caught up with 2017 Route 44 Speedway track champion here in the JD Byrider Hornet class, Dalton Smith at 3D with some new paint, some fresh decals on it tonight. How you feeling going in as the champ? Do you think it's these guys' job to take you out?
Well, hopefully. This car, we just built it in 3 days. It's another loaner car. Hopefully it's going to be good enough. We ain't ran it before. So we're going to try to do the best we can with what we got, and hopefully we can make it work.
So it seems like the talk of the town today has to do with wheels and engines, few various things. Like any sort of short track drama, you've got to have people up in arms. But we got a big show here tonight. We're looking at around 50 cars, and you've got some tricks up your sleeve. You've proved that you're one of the quickest guys around this facility. But what are you doing? Maybe not inside talk, but what do you do to prepare for a big race like this to make sure that you stay on the top step?
We just got to treat it like another race. I went over the car a couple extra times, than a normal race. What's going to win this race is a lot of luck and to be able to keep your car together, and, hopefully we'll be able to do that.
It's been since the beginning of the season we've seen this many Hornets here, and now we're talking transfers from the heat race. You're going to have B mains here tonight, and what did you draw actually? Because we know that's an important part of the night. You've got to draw well, you've got to have the luck go your way in the heats, and make sure that you put yourself in a good starting position for the feature. So did you start that off right with a good draw?
Not really. We drew a 72. It is what it is. We just got to move forward, and we're drawing a 72. We can't go back none. So hopefully we can move it forward and just keep the momentum running, and hopefully put on a good show for all these people. There's a good crowd of cars here tonight, toughest there is around, and hopefully we come up on top, and if not, we're going to do our best to try to do it. So we'll see what happens.
For everyone here at the Speedway, we asked him that question, and he does not seem disturbed by the fact that he's got a bad draw. He's in the zone here tonight, and you'll have to watch out for that JD Byrider car. So good luck, Dalton. Have fun.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the people that's helped me this year. It's been a pretty good year. We've had a little bit of bad luck, and winning this race tonight will definitely top the season for us. So hopefully we can put that cherry on top and put her in victory lane tonight.
There you have it, track champion Dalton Smith in the 3D. Watch out for him tonight. Well, I'm here with Jay Orr, driver of the number 18 JD Byrider Hornet here tonight. Jay, now this is going to be nice for these guys because we normally get people from, a couple counties over, stuff like that. Where did you pull from tonight?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, there you have it. Just a short 6-hour drive like you described it right there. So where do you normally run up there in Wisconsin, and what's your weekly racing schedule normally look like?
I don't. I kind of travel around anywhere where there's a bigger purse and see how I can compete against local guys that are fast.
So you're used to this wild card coming into the facility, trying to figure it out, take out the big guys?
Yeah, we've been to probably 5 or 6 different tracks, never been to this year. Always competitive, so just like traveling around, racing new places, meeting new people.
So have you got, now we're talking about a 3/8 mile paperclip oval, medium banking. Have you run anywhere like that this season? Is this going to be a new challenge for you, or you think you got kind of some setups to compare here?
Yeah, this is pretty similar to a couple places that we run back home. We've ran big like half-mile stuff this year, all the way down to probably 5th-mile tracks. So we run everything in between, big, wide variety of tracks.
So you're not afraid of anything you're going to win tonight, huh?
Well, I didn't pull 6 hours for nothing.
You heard it. Watch out for that 18 all the way from Wisconsin. He wants to go home with a trophy tonight. Jay Orr, thank you and good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Well, you can't talk to one Smith without hitting the entire family. So we're here with Katie Smith, driver of the number 12. Now, Katie, you've got a win in the bank here at Route 44 Speedway this season, but you've actually not been back basically since. Where you been? What's been going on?
I actually took my talents out to Iowa.
So you have moved away, I guess a work deal, huh?
Yeah, I got a pretty good job out there.
But you couldn't stay away for this race. You had to come home, make this thing happen. How do you feel going into tonight, the fact that your car's been here, you've not had the experience, but you know you can win here. So how you feeling?
To be quite honest, I'm kind of tired. Last night I was on my way here. Our motor blew up, so I went back home. Then we got a new motor, and then I got up at 5 o'clock this morning to drive 500 miles.
So let me get this straight. You're due for some good luck tonight, huh?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So how about that draw then? Did the good luck start with the draw?
Our number isn't too bad.
All right. So we're expecting. We got a lot of moisture in this track here tonight. It's going to be plenty of multi-groove action here. Is that kind of like what you want to do? I mean, we got a gathering of the best Hornet drivers there are. You're coming here to try and put yourself on top of them. You want to be able to race side by side with these guys and just show them who's the best driver here, right?
Yeah, I'm just hoping for safe and clean racing. We don't need any pile-ups or anybody fighting or anything like that. So just hoping that we can all race together and it's going to be clean and real fun. And hopefully the best of the best ends up being the queen.
There you go. Could be queen of compacts tonight. I agree with everything she said except for the fighting stuff. That makes it more interesting for me. So good luck tonight, Katie.
Thank you. Have a good one.
With the current king of the compacts here, Kyle Willoughby, defending champion going into tonight. You've been here multiple times at Route 44 Speedway, always seemed to run real good, took plenty of victories. How do you feel going into tonight to see if you can go back to back?
I feel pretty confident tonight. We're doing a different tire than I was used to. I've been running up here, so we're going to do a little smaller tire and try it. I think it's going to be on the bottom tonight and see what we can do.
That seems to be the talk of the town today, tires and wheels, and everybody, you know, some people got their feathers ruffled up, but, you know, you're just here to race and just to make sure that you're the guy that's on the top no matter what's on the car, huh?
Yeah, tires is a big deal in this class. That's pretty much our only gearing we got, so, I mean, if you can definitely make a wrong decision on your tire and definitely go backwards, so that's what we've been coming up here to practice to try to get ready for this race, and I think we got the right tire on tonight, and hopefully we're there at the end.
So you did say that the crown didn't fit your head last year. I'm not sure we've made any adjustments, but you'd still like to take this one, huh? I mean, you maybe do something with it, put it up in the house on a mantelpiece or something?
Yeah, I can put it in the safe next to the other one. It's still a good trophy to have, so we'll make it work.
Definitely one to look out for tonight. Kyle Willoughby in the 12. With Nick Barrett, driver of the number 18, JD Byrider Hornet here. Route 44 Speedway's been kind to you this season, but maybe not as kind as you'd like. Always seeming to be right there in the running, but yet to be on the top step. Is tonight, the biggest night of the season, the night for you?
I sure hope so. I mean, we've had good runs here, and last couple of weeks been a little iffy with the tire issue, but I think we got it running best we've had, and hope for a good night, and we'll hopefully come out on top tonight.
Now we're seeing a lot of cars here tonight. We're expecting around 50 is what we're thinking. And we've not seen that many cars here since the first race of the season. But if I'm not mistaken, you were pretty quick on the first race of the season. What's it like to go into a big event like this? And does it get you hyped up, or are you just here trying to stay cool and do what you need to do?
I mean, you always get hyped up for a big race, but you got to just race your own race and just hope you brought enough. And I was up at a race last weekend, and same deal, 100 laps, 1,000 to win, and you just got to race your own race, and we ended up fourth place. So, every race is the same. You just got to worry about yourself and hope you're there at the end.
So you've got the confidence coming off of last week, and you're here at, well, I don't know if you'd call it your home track, but you've probably run here more than any other this season. So you feel pretty good. You think that head will fit a crown tonight?
Oh, I'm hoping so. We'll find out later tonight.
Well, you can bet that Nick Barrett will be in the running for sure. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jay Orr with the big jump around the outside. Didn't look like Joe Jennings got the start he wanted. He is dropping around down to third now. Cordell Moore into second. Setting his sights on Jay Orr there in the 18. Oh, we got a wheel off on a car behind them. They're off. Another great start for Orr. The Jennings car just does not seem to want to get up and go. Cordell Moore has moved his way into the second spot. Jennings settling into third now with the 153 of TJ Gregory in fourth. 3 wide behind them as Dalton And Higbee comes side by side out of 4. Justin Dalton looking very racy, trying to find his way forward, and that is the transfer spot he is battling for now. To the inside of Gregory goes Dalton, sliding up the course. He has to lift there. Would have been contact if he didn't, but it hasn't seemed to hurt him. Side by side with the 153, and he is going to take the lead. That transfer spot there in turn number 1. Out front, it is Jay Orr. Pretty sizable gap there to Cordell Moore in the 15C, doing quite well right now. And all of a sudden, Joe Jennings is starting to catch the 15. Maybe that car doesn't like to get up and go, but it could sure run fast once he's at high speed. We'll see if he's got anything for Moore. Behind him, that 777 of Dalton continues to come forward in this race. He's in the transfer spot, which is very important. Jay Orr right now looking unbeatable out front, halfway down in this race. 5 laps to go. You see now the 32 of Kenny Higbee has parked it in the infield. Issues for a very fast driver who's won races here before. Dalton has moved his way around Jennings and into 3rd spot. Right now, Orr in a position to put himself into the dash for cash. 2 laps left in this race. The field has stretched out quite a bit, with a large gap between 1st and 2nd. Doesn't look like traffic's going to come into play, but the white flag is out for Jay Orr this time. 4 more corners, and he's looking at a heat race victory and a great start to his King of Compacts competition. Coming off of 4, the 18 of Jay Orr, looking at the checkered flag, and will win heat race number 1. Cordell Moore able to get across the line in head of Justin Dalton in 3rd, and Joe. And we're underway. McElfresh with the jump on the outside. The 20 moves to the lead. Now down into turn number 1. It's a big slide job from the 19J of Brandon Gibson. He gets a bump from the 21. Here comes Dalton Smith trying to find a way around. Side by side for 3rd and 4th right now. Beating and banging. These guys are showing no compunction to a little bit of contact so far. Very sideways getting down into turn 1 is the 19. That opens the door for Dalton Smith working the inside. No more contact there between Gibson and the 21. A little wild from that 19 right now, but he's still holding on to the transfer spot, although now hopping the cushion gives way to Dalton, and he's going to lose a couple more. Move Dalton Smith into the final transfer in 4th. Michael Freemuth trying to find his way around. He's got a load of cars in front of him. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Dalton now working on the 21 of Michael. The dash for cash and a chance to start a little higher up in this race. Meanwhile, out front, Jimmy McElfresh leading this race very comfortably right now. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Looks like Gibson is really giving way. He's moved his way to the infield. Now Dalton Smith with a bumper to the inside of the 21. They're going to go side by side down into turn 3. Dalton trying to stay off of him. Don't think there was any contact there, but the 21 of Hensley holds on. Freemuth still trying to find his way around the 49 of Clark. Dalton now side by side for 3rd. These two guys not wanting to give each other an inch. Hensley pushing him down the track's going to hold him off for now, but Dalton's not giving up. Once again to the inside coming out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back. Only 3 laps left in this race. 2, sorry. Not a lot of time left for Dalton to make many more positions. They are still side by side for third. Now the first time making contact. Just letting him know he's there as the leader looks at the white flag. Jimmy McElrush doing quite well so far. Andre Troyer unable to do anything with him, forced to watch him drive off into the distance, and Jimmy McElrush is going to come off of 4 and take the checkered flag with a Heat Race 2 victory. Dalton Smith, meanwhile, makes that. And we're off. Good start for Wright. He's moving around the outside there, looking for 4th. Meanwhile, out 5S Stamper, who has pulled 11 of Ellis, trying to find his way. Big contact there between Ellis and the one in. Last time doesn't want to give him the same chance. He's going to go a little earlier than the cone. We'll see if the starter takes it. We are green. Stamper, though, with the power down the straightaway. He's going to lead down into turn number 1. Ooh, contact in the back of the field. That's Willoughby there in the 98 who hit the 97 and then the 56. Looks like everybody is good to go. But a scary moment there at the back of the field. Looks like the front bumper of the 98 is fully under the nose of that car. Not slowing him down at the moment, though. He continues on. Out front, it's Jake Stamper. Dan Smith there in second. TJ Wright in third. And with the battle for 4th is heating up between Novak and the 97 of Craddock. Similar gap separating each car here in your top 6. The 97 of Craddock trying to find his way around, but he's got a big mistake, and that's going to allow Willoughby around him. Going to really hurt his chances to get that transfer spot. Made an aggressive move up over the cushion, and it cost him. Right now, Reese Novak in the 86 trying to get a little bit of insurance, working on the rear of TJ Wright. 4th is the transfer spot, but you'd like to be a little higher because now he's under fire from the 98 of Willoughby. Willoughby to the inside of Novak down the backstretch. Novak knows he has no room for error, but he did slip just a little bit. Going to be able to clear Willoughby down the front stretch into turn number 1. He currently holds the transfer spot, but he can't get rid of the 98. Stamper out front doing quite well, but the race is for 4th at the moment. Novak and Willoughby battling it out for the transfer spot. Looks like the 2nd and 3rd place cars now starting to close the gap on Stamper. TJ Wright's going to look to the outside of turn 1 here. Dan Morgan, Smith, able to hold him off so far. Willoughby still to the inside of Novak. Those two will not quit. Smith into the inside, Wright still looking to the outside. This time Willoughby's going to cut the nose off of Novak into 1, take the lead. Novak tried to make an aggressive move to get back around him, had to check up for that infield tire. That gives the final transfer spot to David Willoughby. Now Jake Stamper has the 1 of Smith. We're going green right now. It's the 68 of Brandon Gibson who gets the jump to the outside down into turn number 1. He's got the lead. Behind him, the battle for third between the 47 and the 41 of Frazier. Give it to Tim Reed right now. Here come the Stamper boys looking for that transfer spot, but first they've got to battle each other. That is the 14B of Bobby Stamper who is taking the 4th spot. Kevin following him right behind. We got a fire in the infield here for the 68. Hoffman trying to keep pace. Behind him, it's a battle between Bobby Stamper and the 41D of Frazier. Frazier unable to hold him off, moves Stamper into 4th. And Kevin trying to follow him through. Up the racetrack goes Kevin Stamper, pushing the 41D over the cushion. He's going to take that spot. Bobby Stamper working on the 47, trying to find 3rd spot. He knows Kevin's right behind him. Meanwhile, out front, Brandon Gibson Jr. is starting to gap the 22. Bobby Stamper now working on the 47 of Tim Reed. He's giving him the bumper a little bit of bump drafting down the front straightaway. Now he gets to the inside. It's a drag race off of turn number 2. Stamper has the advantage right now. He's going to dive into 3 very hard, but there's contact. Tim Reed, unable to hold him off, has to fall in behind. Halfway down in this race, Brandon Gibson Jr. out front. Tim Reed holding on to the final transfer spot right now. Kevin Stamper doing everything he can to try and make up that gap to 4th place. Bobby Stamper has yet to give up on his charge to the front. He's got a transfer spot, but he wants more, trying to make his way to the back bumper of the 22 of Hoffman. Kevin Stamper starting to close the gap on the 47, but a little bit of a mistake there in turn 2 cost him a little bit. Top 3 continue to get closer as the laps wind down. White flag in the air this time. Brandon Gibson Jr. looking for a heat race win and a berth into the Dash for Cash. The 22 of Hoffman trying to hold off Bobby Stamper. So far looking final corner. Brandon Gibson Jr. is going to win.
Call that start back. Wave that start off.
Looks like the starter.
Call that start. It's not a good start.
Not a good start?
No. Anyway.
Right now, that start is going through. Kyle Willoughby in the lead. Nick Barrett in second.
They called it.
Now we got contact between the 96K and the 12 of Katie Smith. That brings the 23 to her back bumper. Matt Large trying to find his way into the transfer spot. Now to the inside of Smith goes Large. Working the bottom of the track. We'll see who gets the advantage off of 2. It looks like at the T23. Going to dive down into 3 with the transfer spot in hand. It's Willoughby, Barrett, and the 96 of Sharp Oh, problems for Katie Smith. The 12 is slow on the front stretch. That car has broken. Trying to get to the infield now, not the way she wanted to start her night. She's able to get off course, but that's going to at least relegate her to the B main. Willoughby looking very quick out front. Nick Barrett holding firm right now. We know how strong Willoughby is, and Barrett's showing how fast that 18 is as well. Chris Jennings now into 5th, trying to catch these cars so he can make his way into the transfer spot. Large to the outside of the 96. He's going to close the door there. Have to wait at least another corner to try and make a move around Rob Sharp. Both of those drivers right on the cushion. Jennings trying to catch him, but so far unable to close the gap. Willoughby pacing the field out front, starting to build a gap to the 18 of Barrett. Now Large has a nose to the outside of Sharp. Sharp's going to fly up the race course. Large unable to turn down off of that corner. He's going to give him a little bit of bump and follow him into 3. Laps are winding down. Time is running out for Chris Jennings. So far unable to catch the battle going on for 3rd and 4th. Matt Large is getting frustrated. He's putting the bumper to the rear of the 96, nearly turning him there on the backstretch. He's hit him 3 or 4 times coming out of the corner, but now he's alongside him. Out front, Kyle Willoughby has lap traffic in front of him. He's going to get around that car, no problem. White flag has flown. He's going to come off of turn number 4, looking at the checkered, and is going to win heat race number 5. Nick Barrett will. And in 3rd will be Rob Sharp, followed by Matt Large in the final transfer position. 5 laps, 5 of the best. Here we go. The dash for cash is on. Great start for Orr. Wasn't too bad for the rest of them, but Orr jumps out to a fantastic lead out front. Bobby Stamper moves his way into 2nd, and Willoughby now starting his charge towards the front of the field. He's to the inside of McElfresh. The lift just a little bit. That puts him in line with Gibson. Side by side through 1. Willoughby now trying to make a move on McElfresh down into turn 3. Diving in hard. No contact. Willoughby nosing ahead. But the 20X not giving up. Now he sorts in right behind the 12. Willoughby sets his sights on Stamper or out front, winding these laps down. Not much time left, but every position counts. Willoughby looking to the high side of Stamper in 1. He's got a good bite, totally alongside that 5S. It's a drag race down the backstretch. Who's going to get the advantage in 3? Willoughby on the outside, Stamper on the inside. Willoughby has completed that pass. Got a sizable gap to Orr, and the white flag is out. Jay Orr, all the way from Wisconsin, pulled here for 7 hours, and now he's looking at a pole position and a win in the dash for cash for the King of Compacts. Time, Jay Orr leading her down. Green flag is out. Orr with a good jump. He gets to turn 1 first, but Kyle Willoughby's got the outside. Willoughby up over the cushion. Oh, the defending champ losing spots. Oh my goodness, he's getting freight trained, and a yellow is out. There is debris to the exit of turn 4.
Flat tire. We're probably going to wreck here.
Issues here for Kyle Willoughby. He's got a flat right front on that car and is dropping back quick. Nobody has ever won 2 King of Compacts. Kyle Willoughby pulling into the infield. The defending champion is out. And we've got a crash. Jay Orr with a fantastic jump down into turn number 1. He's going to get to the cushion as the race leader. Contact behind them. Nick Barrett moves up the course. He's losing a lot of positions there. Jake Stamper and Cordell Moore fighting in third. Gibson and the 1M of Dan Smith fighting it out. Contact between those two cars in 3 and 4. Oh, big issues there for the 72A who comes up the course. He's got an accordion effect that's going to go all the way through this field, but somehow we're still green. 2 and 3 wide through the middle of the pack here. Cars everywhere around this 3/8 of a mile speedway. Out front, the 18 of Jay Orr doing everything he needs to do to take this victory. But look who's coming. It's the 777 who makes contact with Smith. They're 3 wide. Dalton Smith on the outside, Tim Smith in the middle. Justin Dalton there, able to get around those 2 cars, move him into 6th position in this race. TJ Wright has an issue. Down the backstretch, that car is dying. It looks like he's not going to be able to get off the course. He's had bad luck all night. His truck broke down. Bill was tough to even get him to the race, and here he was passing cars, now out of contention from what looks to be a blown engine. A flat left front. Jay Orr giving him green at the cone. Good jump for Orr. Also here, Jake Stamper looking to the inside of Cordell Moore. Gibson as well. They're 3 wide. Coming out of 2. A little bit of contact between the 5 and the 15. Cordell Moore working now on Mickelfresh. Now they're 3 wide behind them. Dalton Smith looking to the inside of Tim Smith. Jake Stamper able to hold those 2 cars off. But Dalton not giving up on the bottom. He's trying to make his way forward. You can see that oil causing a few issues throughout the field here. Nothing they can do about it now. Just something that these drivers have to navigate. Gibson there, Brandon Gibson Jr. in the 68, able to move his way into third. Cordell Smith coming behind him, but he's contact with Dalton Smith. Dalton's over the cushion into the wall, but it looks like he's able to hold it off of there enough to not have too much damage on that car. Now Gibson over the cushion out of 2. He's going to lose a couple of spots here to Moore and possibly Stamper. Dalton on the high side trying to find his way around Stamper. Not going to happen there. Meanwhile, out front, Jay Orr is pulling away from these guys. Totally leaving them. Cordell Moore's trying to make his way around the 20X to give him a chance to catch that car out front. Looks like he's got the job done. Move Cordell Moore in place. The big mover right now, you got to look, that 11 car, he was given the best looking car award, but right now it's good looking because it's fast. He's gone from the back of the field, and he's trying to pass the Smith car for what is 7th place on this grid. A little bit for Gibson there coming out of 2. That backs him up into Stamper. Ellis to the inside of Dalton Smith, unable to make the move as of yet. Dalton now to the inside of Stamper. They're 3 wide with Gibson off of 2. Now they're 3 wide with Ellis. These guys are battling it out. They're trying to get out front. Jay Orr's making all the money from the lap prizes. Brett Smith in the 5 has got an issue. He's got a rear bumper hanging off of his car. But in this race, he started nearly in the rear of this field. He told me yellow flag is out. Green Jake Stamper with a good start. He hopped around Mickelfrish. Bobby Gibson to the inside of Ellis. Ellis is boxed in right now. Cordell Moore trying to catch up to the rear of the 18 car out front. Dalton Smith trying to find his way back into this battle. 3 wide they are through turns 1 and 2. Ellis is the one that powers out of it. He's to the inside of McElfresh for 4th. Settling into 5th. Now back to the inside of the 20X. Ellis with the slide job. Can he pull it off? He does. Move Ellis into 4th. Jake Stamper in front of him. Ellis is trying to catch up. We'll see if he can make it happen. It's Orr, Moore, Stamper, and Ellis. Any one of those top 4 cars can win this thing. Behind them, they're 3 wide. Dalton Smith, Willoughby, and Gibson battling it out in the middle of this pack. Ellis now moving to the bottom, trying to find something that these guys aren't. That battle at the front of the field is tightening up. You can see Cordell Moore running down. Here we go, green once more. Orr with a good jump. Stamper and Ellis trying to work to the inside of Cordell Moore. They're 3 wide in the middle of 1 and 2. Ellis able to work his way around Stamper, now looking at Cordell for 2nd. He's come from 21st in this race, all the way up here battling with the guys up front. What has he got left in the tank? Laps are winding down. Lots of jockeying for position in the middle. They're 3 wide for 2nd place. Everybody wants to win this race. Jay Orr is trying to hold him off. Jake Stamper to the inside of Cordell Moore. Still 3 wide. They're beating and banging. Ellis at the bottom hopes they wreck each other. It's not working out for him yet. Jake Stamper and Cordell Moore side by side. A lot of contact between those cars. Here comes Ellis once more diving to the bottom. Orr knows that those guys are right there. Oh, we got a fire on the front of Brett Smith. Once more, great start for Orr. Really bad start for Cordell Moore, who has been passed by Jake Stamper. And now Ellis is working to his inside. Stamper trying to catch the 18. A little bit of loose there. He's going to get hit by the 15. It's going to cost him even more time. These guys are running out of time to put a move on the 18 of Orr. Stamper's going to run Cordell Moore down into Ellis. 3 wide contact between those guys. They can't stop going 3 wide. Ellis now into 2nd. He's trying to get off the corner ahead of Stamper. So far, side by side down the backstretch, he's holding his own. White flag, he's got 4 corners and he's going home with $1,500. Lap traffic at the bottom of the course trying to stay out of the way. Jay Orr, 2 corners left, and he's going to take the victory. He's led every single lap, and Jay Orr is going to win the King of Compacts feature. Tonight you did it in one of the biggest races in the Midwest. How does it feel?
Oh, amazing. To be honest, I've wanted one of those checks for a long time. And every time I win, they don't have a check, so I'm ecstatic about the check.
You can complete your career now. It's come full circle. Got the big check. Not only did you get the big check with the win, you also got a lot of lap money out there as well. Led every single lap. Had a few challenges there. Had to deal with some restarts, but it seemed like this car was prepared for it each and every time.
Yeah, I mean, the track stayed pretty nice. A little bit rough, nothing terrible, but the car just turned really, really well, so I can't complain.
So where do you go from here? Obviously, you got a long haul home. Of course, this makes it feel a little better, but how much racing you got left? Where are you going now?
I'll be in Screven, Georgia in February. Got a couple specials locally by me that I'll do end-of-year stuff, so probably got 5 or 6 left on the schedule.
So you hear him all the way to Georgia. He's going to do the King of Compacts Winter World Tour here. He's got to show everybody that he can compete with them, and he definitely did tonight. Congratulations, Jay Orr, your winner of the 8th Annual King of Compacts. Well, the 153 of Gregory making the move to the inside of Wintrow. These guys going through that oil doesn't seem to cause them any issues at the moment. Jennings out front. We saw him hit the wall earlier. Might have cost him a shot to make the big race, but right now his only focus is winning the little one. Side by side goes Novak and Gregory for third. Novak on the outside, trying to work his way around. All 4 of those cars were quick enough to be in the show. If they were anywhere else at any other track, they would have been in the show tonight. But when 45 of the best show up, some guys get left out. Jennings now, Wonder Fire from Wintrow. He can see him. He pushes him up the track, hops the cushion. But right now, they're hanging tough. Wintrow slides up the track. Jennings trying to tuck under. We got contact. And Novak's going to go to the outside. 3 wide. Novak to the lead. There's still 3 wide going into 3. Jennings on the bottom. Wintrow was the meat of the sandwich. Gregory now with his bumper all over the back of the 6. Here comes Wintrow driving in again. Gregory's going to come through. Fantastic battle here in the King of Compacts Jester race. Novak said, thank you, I'll go from 4th all the way to 1st, but we got a yellow on the board. We're going to see who can get the job done here in the Jester. Green is out. Gregory jumped to the inside there. Always a challenge to see who gets those things up to speed the quickest. Wintrow now to the outside of Gregory. He's going to try to feed his way in the middle. Gregory's not going to allow that to happen, but he can't stop Wintrow from going to the bottom. Wintrow now putting the slider on. He's going to hold down to the bottom of the track. Gregory with a good run on the outside. Novak trying to piece out on these guys as they battle. I think Jennings' car, he went up over the cushion. Front bumper is now hanging off of that car. We know he had suspension damage earlier in the night. Not sure if he has re-aggravated that problem. It's Novak, Gregory, and Wintrow.
I think it's just money.
Top 3, throw a blanket over top of them, nose to tail. This is about to get crazy. Bumpers will be used, I can assure you. Gregory now on the bottom, trying to nose his way around Novak. Slips up through that oil, and the white flag is out. It's put up or shut up time for these guys. Wintrow tries to put the slider on Gregory. Novak's got a 2-car length gap there between himself and second place. And he's got 2 corners. No! He cut a tire! He cut a tire in the final corner. Gregory's gonna win. Oh my goodness.